First things first, I would want to find out, from you, before we delve into aspects of your party. You have a file in front of you there from the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Briefly explain to us what is contained in this file, and for the camera to just pick up.
Thank you so much. What is contained in this file is the presidential nomination papers.
So if you can just look for the camera to pick up.
Thank you.
So these are the papers?
These are the papers.
The ECZ has finally given you this?
Given me this, because tomorrow I'm filing.
So what are the requirements for you to file it?
The requirement is 10,000 kwacha, and then
is it 10 or 20,000 kwacha?
10, it is now. They reduced to 10,000.
Yes.
Then 200 supporters, plus the filling of the forms, which I'll do.
So as the United Poor People's Party, are you going to manage to meet all these requirements?
I'll manage to meet the requirement. I have more than 200. They are saying they'll be ready. They'll be there at the Supreme Court.
And the 10,000?
The 10,000 will be raised. There's no problem.
This is a few hours before you're scheduled to file in. Where are you going to get to the 10,000 kwacha?
I have big people who have already pledged. Before 24 hours, more money will be raised, more than that.
How much have you raised so
far? I cannot predict how much, but...
But definitely, Mr. President, you should know. you should know how much.
They are pledges. They will be even more.
So the question for Zambians is, how do we entrust you to run this country if you cannot even raise 10,000 kwacha for your nomination?
Thank you so much. The actual fact is that even the document here, they say a president should be supported and sponsored by his political party. They don't accept independent political party. So if your president sponsors himself from his own pocket, it means he has not been sponsored by a political party. He has sponsored himself, and he's an independent, which is 100% wrong. Because a political party should sponsor their candidate. But member of parliament, someone can sponsor himself as a president.
But you say your party will sponsor you. Do you have any political party structures? You're always moving along. We have never heard of what your executive or anything in your party. Do you have structures within your political party?
Thank you so much. I have structures within my political party. We have the executive committee. In fact, to tell about the actual fact, for branches and this rest, I feared, because according to the law, right now I was charged with with arrears with the registrar. But I have that executive committee, because according to the law, is that if you open any branch that you open, you have to pay to the registrar of society. That's why some time back the MMD were charged with about 100-something million because of those branches. Even right now, I was given a letter from Mulyokela Conference Center saying I should settle there before I file nomination. But when I went to the commanding officer, when he pulled in my file, he did a death stamp allowing me to fundraise. He also told me that some political parties, they still have, especially MMD, UPN, they have branches all over. They opened branches, of which some of the branches are not counted. They have not paid. They were supposed to pay for that. That's why I have my executive committee, which is intact.
Let's get to find out more about you, Mr. President. Who is Mr. Mulyokela, and why do you feel that you want, or you're the capable man to be president of this country?
Mulyokela is a man who was born in Matanda village. Village headman Mumbula, Chief Mwanamale. He originates from Princess Netambumusa, the biological son of the second queen of Barotherland, Mbuyu Mwambwa. He did his primary school at Mumbula Primary School, lower primary, and then he went to upper primary school at Mwanamale within Senanga in the Lumbe area. And then he went to Nawinda and he passed it to Seychelles Secondary School. But at Seychelles Secondary School, and did greatly what they call now grade 10, we used to call it Form 3. Then in Form 4, there was a lot of problems of illness, whereby I couldn't manage, then I came to Lusaka, where I continued through home study method with the Wales Hall in London, in Britain, GCE, and now I just did another Transworld Education College where the fees were a bit lower. Then that's where I did my papers. I also did my first diploma in Institute of Purchase and Supply, which
so
is
what about your political career?
Or
as a politician?
Or in short, for professions.
And politics.
I have got 8 diplomas of degree standards. Then for politics career, I chanced in Kabwe. When I was in Kabwe, I started as secretary, branch secretary in UNIP, time of UNIP. And then I rose to the post of secretary administration, reporting to the permanent secretary, where I used to be paid a salary. During that particular period, I chanced a chance of being trained at Kwame Nkrumah Teachers Training College on political leadership. I was also trained at what they call now President Citizenship College, which they call Mulungu University at the moment.
Tell us more about your party's manifesto and your vision for Zambia.
Thank you so much. Before I come to that, on the education on political line, after getting those, when I formed my party again, I chanced the chance during Chilubasi government. I was also trained as trainer of trainers in political party leadership. I also chanced the chance where I was trained as trainer of trainers in conflict management through ECZ and the European Union. So politically, I'm very well equipped and feel I'm the best president for this time. And now, when I come to my party manifesto, which I registered in 1996, it is there, and I have been speaking the same. I don't change the language. What I want is to ensure that all the poor people, poor means having or managing, but not everything, while rich means having or managing everything, and whereby I feel the only person who is rich is God in that way. Because of that, what I'm fighting therefore is poverty. I don't want poverty. Poverty should totally go. And as soon as I'm State House, I'll make sure that there will be no more poverty in this country. How do I do it? I want to ensure that all those who are not working will be getting 1,000, which is 1 million per month.
Where are you going to get that money from?
Where am I going to get the money? As soon as I'm in State House, President Michael Sata printed money. He changed that other money to fit his own programs. I thought maybe he would also include the poor people, as he promised him more money into people's pockets. I couldn't believe it to see that he didn't do that. So in my case, I'll print money, enough money, to ensure that all are covered. Now, on my budget, I've already prepared about 20,000. My budget talks about 20,000.
20,000
people.
Oh, that you want to give money.
Yes, that's how I put my budget, because I know I include children, because that 1,000 will go even to children.
So children will also be getting a salary?
1,000 per month.
And how are you going to distribute that money?
How I will do it is that, very simple equation. First, that's why I'll pay the village headmen. All village headmen will be paid for the big job they will do. Because they keep the register. To avoid foreigners to benefit from the system, we are going to use the village headman. The village headman will open bank account with Bankless Bank from the beginning, before I put my bank, which will go countrywide. Then
so you're going to introduce your own bank?
Yes, yes.
Called?
It will be Namatana Village Bank. I already registered it. Namatana Village Bank with the Pakra, yes. It is mainly with the Bank of Zambia.
And what currency will the country be using?
The currency? The same one, whatever is there.
Kwacha?
Yes, Kwacha.
Are you going to change the design?
Will not change it to be the same, but it will not have any face to just be the way it is. Only that we are going to change this so-called Tumangwe, which is I've pushed it out. That's out. They are just wasting time. We just want to give my people to have Tumangwe. I'm going to put proper. There will be 1,000 coin, like paper, notes like that.
What can you say about the price of food, mealie meal? It's so expensive. How do you intend to reduce the price of mealie meal?
Thank you so much. I will reduce the price of mealie meal by 1 powerful method which I will do. As soon as I'm in State House, I will make sure that each and every district, if not a constituency, I will introduce a state farm, which will have crop and animal husbandry, which will be whereby I will employ even more than 2,000 according to my plan, which is already at hand. And then we shall have more, when we talk about bumper harvest, we shall have more bumper harvest. They will not depend on this, because meal are expensive today. Why? Because it is in the hands of private sector. When the government, my government will run those farms, then whatever we produce will be stored by us. And then the meal, even the hammer mills, whatever millers we shall have in each district, or if not
Taking you back,
then we shall ensure that the meal will be sold at any time at the level that we wish. I wish.
Let me
So
take
meal
will be cheap. Let me take you back to printing of money. Don't you think that will bring about inflation?
Thank you so much. One of my diplomas, I have a diploma also in economics and commerce of degree standard. The entrance is degree. This is my University of Zambia. You cannot enter there unless you have a master degree.
So you have a master's degree?
I mean entering there. By my paper I have are higher than that. So now, what I will do is that economics and commerce, what they call economics and the commerce, I have that diploma. I studied all that. And then when you come to stores management, I also studied that. What is inflation? If you want to ask, some people they fail to understand. I feel some economics talks about that.
Tell me, what is inflation?
Inflation is a situation of having a lot of goods, chasing no money to buy. Like what is currently happening. We have got a lot of goods. Wherever you go, in the street, you find people are selling. There's no money to buy. If you ask those who are selling, completely sometimes they go out with one.
So you will print money
so
to
now,
chase those goods.
that is big inflation we have. That is inflation which is even more than the word itself.
So when you print
So
money,
when
you
I
just...
print money, we are going to equalize. I'll be there now to maintain stock level. I will go back to IPS, Institute of Purchase and Supply, where the stock level will be maintained, which is the lower stock level, high stock level, and the reorder level. Because if you go to a qualified storekeeper, you find that every time, whenever you go there, it could be night time, it could be whatever time. When you visit his store, you find the store that is intact. You can think maybe he don't reorder. It's because he's maintaining his stock level. But if you go to a stupid storekeeper, you find that when you go there, you are disabled. I'll order tomorrow. You know, you cannot buy the item that you want.
Let's quickly go to health.
Yes.
No medicines in the hospitals, nurses being fired. How do you intend to handle the health sector?
Thank you so much. Very simple. 1 + 1 is always 2. But some people, they say 1 + 1 is always 10, which is wrong. What I'm going to do to the health sector, I will make sure that, as I've said, it will be free. There will be free medication according to Article number 26 and the 25 of the General Assembly. There will be free medication. No one will buy like what they are doing. And now, coming to what? I have already put in my budget. What I produce is a national budget, which includes medicine, whatever requirement will be there. So that all time, we have got, as I have already spoke, a stupid storekeeper will inconvenience his
Mr.
customer.
President, let's also
Now,
go to...
as a professional, I will not inconvenience. The medicine, we shall use stock level.
As we
Every time we shall have medicine. Whatever needed requirement will be there. And we shall have even health centers.
As we come to a conclusion, there have been complaints about the size of our cabinets, the size of government, that they spend too much money, fuel, allowances. How do you intend to handle your cabinet and the size of government?
I thank you so much. That's the question is very good, because that is part of my manifesto. I don't want certain ministry, which as Minister of Gender. What is gender? Gender is a man and a woman. And here I can see where a woman there is a cameraman. That is gender. Now, why should we have a Minister of Gender? For what purpose? That's total nonsense. That one is out. Minister of Sports at the child development. For what? We shall have only Minister of Education. So I will cut short all those rubbish. Some of these ministries are not important. I will have only 12 ministries, that's all, and the 12 ministers.
And on the issue of allowances, talk time, fuel?
Issues of allowances, I cannot stop allowance where possible. Anyone who is qualified is entitled to that allowance. What I'm going to do is that's why I've said to people that when I'm in state house, the situation whereby I see people sleeping in two-room house, that is total nonsense. Because that's supposed to be housing allowance. An employer, if you employ somebody, should give him housing allowance, fitting according to his qualification. Those with the, I will not allow someone who is working to sleep in a two-room house. That's why we condone poverty. That's poverty there.
Finally,
we are going to make sure that everybody will be in 6 rooms, but general workers 6 to 9 rooms. These qualified people, they will go to 10 rooms, 10 to 15 rooms, according to their qualification. A master, someone with a professional certificate, it is 10 rooms. A Bachelor of Science degree holder, 11. Masters, either 12 or 13. And then PhD holder, 15 or 14 rooms. That's my word. If somebody employs such a professional person, he has to. If he don't have a house, he should give him accommodation to housing allowance, which enables that particular person to rent that powerful accommodation status. That's what I'm going to do.
Finally, President Mulyokela, why should the people of Zambia vote for you in this coming election?
The people of Zambia should vote for me for the point that I'm putting, which has never happened. Article number 25 and 26 of the General Assembly is being ignored. Article 25 says that all those who are not working, they are talking about the word all. I don't know how they understand English. The word all means everybody. It doesn't mean some. It includes everybody. So I'm going to ensure that all those who are not working will be covered by being paid 1,000, including their children, because the law says including their family. Everybody is included. And I will do that law, which these people are not doing. They are robbing people's money. And then from there, they should do, those disabled people, the aged, I'll be paying them 5,000. I received another problem with the Morobino people. I'll also give them 5,000 to cover for their illnesses. And then I'm concerned to remove poverty. Those who are working, they will have proper accommodation. At the same time, salaries according to their qualifications. If he is a professional person, he has to get 10 million and above. Those are the amount. Then those who are what, they should have 6 million, the minimum of 6 million to 10 million to those general workers, according to their qualification. Not somebody to work and earn 1,000. That's why I will pay those people who are not working 1,000. To enable them, the employers, to think high, that if they employ, they should pay that particular person according. Now, that's what I'm doing. And I'm sure the people out there should vote for me. I'm the right presidential candidate. Because all these are robbers who only want to rob them. As soon as they vote for them,
how do you weigh your chances against politicians like Rupia Banda, HH, and Edgar Lungu? They're said to be probably the front runners in this race.
Thank you so much. As I have already said, the people out there, they are not covered. Article 26 and 25 has been failed by all these. The Rupia Banda was President, His Excellency Rupia Banda, was in government for the past 3 years. What did he do? He never followed that article. He never followed it. The so-called Hakainde Hichilema, 2008, I tried to assist him when I was standing down at the Supreme Court. That maybe we may work. I was the second speaker on his rallies. But unfortunately, they asked him, the reporters, he said he cannot do what I'm talking about myself. Which means he's not interested in assisting the poor people. Here I'm hearing he says he's offering free education, which is based on bursary. What is a bursary? A bursary is a credit. When you finish that school, you start having pay. So in my case, I'm giving free education up to university standard, according to article number 26 of the
President.
And then from there, I'm going to ensure that each constituency there will be a university. What I'm going to do is very simple. University of Zambia, Kanyama campus. What I'll do is that those who have got who pass grade 12 with passes, they will remain at the, I want to put competition. They will remain at the constituency level.
So Kanyama campus, Mandevu campus?
Mandevu campus, whichever constituency. We are going, for the start, as soon as I'm in set house, within March or whatever, we are going to make this initiative. Any within the constituency, if there is a grade 12 school, which at least It has got proper structure. We shall turn that school into a university.
President Mulyokela, thank
then
you.
Until I construct those universities.
Thank you so much for coming for this interview.
Please,
thank you so much.
And I need those people out there, especially those in Lusaka today, who are hearing me that now. They should go there.
That's the camera. That's the camera you're looking into.
Tomorrow they should turn up with numbers at the Supreme Court to support me. I know there are supporters out there. Let them take their voters' card to ensure that we file nomination. As soon as I file nomination, whatever I'm saying, they should put me to test. If I will not do
24 hours tonight, you're sure you'll raise the 10,000?
I'm raising before 24. I'm sure I will.
How much do you have right now?
What I can say now, at the moment I have nothing. But as soon as the time comes, there are some property people who are ready.
Zambia, there you have it. Zambia decides, a very special edition. United Poor People's Party President Alexander Mulyokela. It's a democratic right. We're a democratic country, and so every citizen and every countryman has their democratic right to vie for whichever position. You heard for yourself. Good night. Zambia, you decide.